What's up, dudes? Felt like running today. I got the headset on. Hopefully it's working properly. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about one thing I like about Taipei, Taiwan, I guess, is like wherever you are in the city, there's always like some mountain close by. Like if I go off in that, that direction, it's, just looks like you're in a mountain. You don't really see any city. I like that. Look at this odd shaped building. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at that. That's weird. Oh, I had that interview today. I'm tired. It went well though. I think it went well. They gave me a little task to do to see how I think. See if I can follow orders, Which the cool thing though is like the way they interviewed me, like that's how I'll start interviewing people now. Which a lot of it is the same, but I think it's good to leave the person with a task to see how well they do it, how prompt they are, etc. For some reason, what was in my mind, can you see it? There you can see it, right? The Taipei 101. What's in my mind is it's crazy, that thing there. My headset beeped for some reason. Hopefully it's still recording, I don't know. Is it still recording? Anyway, hopefully this works out. Anyhow, that, you see that building out there? I mean, and it's really true for all of this, but that's a good, like, that thing was in somebody's mind. Look at that thing, it's crazy. I mean, do you know how crazy it is? This building is in a very earthquake prone zone. I mean, there's earthquakes every year, and someone decided to build what once was the tallest building in the world in an earthquake zone. And it's crazy. I got a few things going on in my mind. One is, the right idea. Like, who cares about how much money you have? Especially now more than ever, right? You go back 300-400 years, like you needed to have your own resources or access, really close access to someone who did, like a close family member, royalty, whatever. But we live in a day and age where if you have a good idea and you can communicate it, sell it, you can find people with the resources to do pretty much anything. What came to mind, and maybe I'll go look it up for you, like there's this TED Talk. Now don't get me wrong, everybody can't do anything. People have different levels of processing power. People have different levels of serotonin, which makes them different levels of happy and sad and whatever. So I get that. But, if you can somehow, maybe it's innate in you, maybe you gotta like train it, but unlock, the ability to, determination, focus, generating habits, whatever. The video that's in my mind is a TED Talk by this kid, this young man in Africa. It's an older talk, but he ended up developing this solution for washing hands because a lot of people die because the water isn't clean and they don't have any way to get germs off, and etc. And he did it with like, not even really a smartphone, a BlackBerry, very limited internet, and going back and forth with some PhDs, and developed this product. And the cool thing about that video is it shows what's possible in this day and age, with communication being what it is and commerce being what it is, like, what you're able to do. On that note, like another thread that's in my mind, there is no doubt, barring major incident, that I will, $1 million is easy. $10 million seems pretty easy. $100 million is harder, but I think it's easy. $1 billion. That'll probably be easy too by the time I get there, inflation and whatnot. And I don't necessarily want my personal net worth to be anything, like I'm fine. But, well, the point I was getting, whatever happens with that or anything I do, is I like that I have this digital breadcrumb trail that took me from, I got old videos from, taking a picture of my bank account with like 4 cents in it. And you just keep keeping on. I got videos of me being manic and like just straight up out of my gourd and then, you know, then you're depressed for a minute, and then that sucks. But then you get out of it, keep it on. So yeah, I like having this digital trail, because I got a few. I'll leave it here. You may, I mean, most likely, maybe not most likely, I don't know who subscribes to my channel, but as far as population of the world goes, most people believe in a God or a higher consciousness. And I think where people fail is we're human, they give it human qualities, they give it a form, they, you know, make it in the human image. But, you know, I'm of the mind that consciousness didn't come from nowhere. Like, it's, you know, something that was present before humans. You know, clearly, you look at animals, they have consciousness, and it was present before animals. Now you get into, maybe you look at a single insect, and you don't think it's very conscious, you know, but then you look at a beehive, or I got this book on trees, and they say trees, it's very cool. Like, I showed it in one of the videos. I got to read it more in depth, but trees possess a kind of consciousness, and they actually communicate. The point I'm getting at is, I don't know, there's several points, but this conscious point is that, like, everything you see here, and it's cool, like, we're human, and we get to perceive consciousness differently than trees do and other organisms, but, you know, all this stuff there's a direct link to someone or someone's collective. Like, there's a little, like, maybe that's like some kind of, you know, maybe there's shops down there and housing and a workout facility. Oh, I got sweat on it, making it weird. But it's all a product of what we see on the human level, like some human consciousness, one individual, a collective of individuals. But, you know, then when you take all this in, you know, you take it all in, the sun, and you take, you know, everything in, and this is the result of consciousness. But what's odd is that, you know, we're humans, we think in levels like a higher consciousness, and I guess it makes sense to explain things. And people, you know, if you say that the sun has consciousness or this rock has consciousness, which it doesn't in the traditional human sense, but you know, they want to give it to some one thing, God, aliens, you know, or evolution, I guess, from a scientific perspective. I don't know, like, it was and then it wasn't and then it was, but, you know, it's all one big consciousness, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. I felt like going for a run today. This is my second run on my jacked up knee. Look, I can squat now. That was not possible before. It's cool. Slowly coming back together. Huh. Guess I had a lot on my mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.